So today we will be seeing another interesting topic, like how to resample the data, mainly time series data, with the resampling and visualizing that time sampling data. So what we will be doing is we will be taking Google Trends data and different stock prices data and employment data in US, and we actually plot it using different graphs in using matplotlib. So let's see how we are doing that. So generally what we will be doing is we will be combining Google Trends data, so we can actually get Google Trends data directly from trends.google.com. We will be showing that. So generally what is the popular data. So generally, as of now, or if you search for example, Bitcoin, then it will be so our Tesla stock price. So depending on that, it will give us the trend how at what time people are searching which one. So, but the numbers is not exact numbers, but it's like a scaled numbers. What exactly that will be, we'll be seeing later. So, by end of this topic, what we will be saying is, so how to resample the data. For example, we have a time series data, which is like we have a daily data, and another is like a monthly data, but we want that daily data to be converted into monthly data by resampling. So we have a direct function, how to use that function, and then how to use that data into different matplot flip chart. So yeah. So using limits, styles, markers, colors, we will be seeing everything. As today, we won't be seeing this visualizations, but we will be seeing all the data conversions or what are exact, how to get the data and where we are getting the data. So, and again, this is already we have seen how to identify values. So before plotting any graphs, we actually need to remove land values and we have to clean the data. And even this will be all this discussion we are seeing. So here we have given the start Google Trends notebook. You can just download it, the zip and zip it, and then you can direct upload to your drive link. So for example, we just go to drive link. So just I'm uploading here all so in my drive, Google Colab notebook. So and when you upload it, just if you open it, it will open in the Google Colab. So even we have all the 5 files. There will be once you unzip it, there will be 5 files. So that all this we have to drag and drop. Uh, so we and directly. So here we are not creating any folder. So we are just dropping in the folder direct. So now if we go to next, so once we have set up all, we have already having all this import statements. The starting this two will be already there. So before that, so we have got all this uh, switched to Bitcoin, switched to Bitcoin price and benefit switch versus like switch. So this is the so we can download from here. What exactly the data looks. Yes, if you want, we can download it. So even right. So saying about this Google Trends, so Google Trends.explore. So now we want something like For example, slow search term. So here for the past 12 months, so we can change where it is India or geographical location or world, and we can actually see from past 5 years or from 2000 custom time range also we can give from where to where we can, and once we got we can actually download that data depending on that. Or generally if you want what's the trending search as of now, so real mix. So these are the trending searches. So generally so if you see it is like 100K plus searches, JD is sure why is this. So what but if you want to just search about one term, you can actually search it and you can get the data directly from that. Now even for stock prices like stock, Tesla stock and Bitcoin stock price. So here also generally it will be 1 year data, but if you just want any custom range, you can just give it and you can download it. So this is very helpful for analysis like the trends, uh, predicting the stock price, getting the data. So as of now, whatever we have provided is old data, whatever we have. So let's explore it. So first I'm running it again. Now we will be seeing this report later. So we have seen macro pie plot as pie plot. So this already we have seen this notation. So what is evidence we will be seeing it later. So we have read all the data. This data. So BTC is rich, Bitcoin is rich data, Bitcoin price data, Bitcoin. So just we will be seeing what are the shapes and if you see here, so it is like month data and Tesla web search and Tesla USD close. So it's like, so let me show. So, so generally this is I have downloaded just before. So for example, if you see there is an data from 15, I think yesterday, 5%. Maybe it is holiday for me or something. There is data. Some so generally, it's open like our stock market opens. So what is the open price for that date, and what is the high price, and what is the low price, and what is the end of the day price. So something like that. We will be taking this one, and uh, they are just searched with this one, like this level search hard time. So this trend we can actually directly get it from this one. How just Bitcoin search trend I will be showing it. So just I'm checking how much is there. So it is up to 2020 data. So Tesla search. So 407 in that in 2020 Tesla is at 407. But I'll go back to this. What is the close price? It's 254 as of now. But this is daily data. I think they have resampled to monthly data, so that's why we are getting data. So now what is the largest value in the website? So these are the challenges. So the same thing we have given. So what shape or data, how many rows and columns do they have, what are the column names, largest number in, and try using this graph function, periodicity, what is the time series time. So this is monthly data. So in that we have this loop search, what is the maximum minimum. So directly we can call max function, min function. It's like dot notation. We are calling from this Tesla data frame using dot notation the column name and the max and the minimum. So even if we describe also, so we have two columns like what is the max and what is the minimum. So if you see here, this is the maximum web search and this is the minimum. 21. So there are 124 rows count. So mean, standard deviation, and what is 25% type, 25% of that, 50%. Similarly, now we are going to unemployment data. What is the head? So EUA benefit search and EUN rate. So these also here monthly data. They have actually resampled already. Yeah, we are searching that. Now we have the same thing. Now web search is, so the max is 100. Similarly for Bitcoin, if a Bitcoin price, if you see Bitcoin price, we have just only three columns: date, close, and volume. So this is directly from Yahoo Finance. We can put it in this set, the same thing. And if you this is actually having daily data. If you see it is from 2224, 2204 rows and three columns. The similarly here we have, but it is monthly data. So there are 73 months starting from September 2014, and that time there is five switches. So again, if you see latest BTC search, so Bitcoin search, it is 100. So if we observe carefully, there is only max is 100. It is varying. For example, if I just check for what is the string, so this it is a minimum is 3. So what exactly that means? So this is just what are we are exploration and exploration. So the same thing. So now we see the maximum times it ranges from 0 to 100. But what does that mean is, so highest point to on the chart for a given region in that time. So 100 means it is the peak popularity. So generally in Google Trends, it's not how many hits we are getting, but it is like the popularity. So actually they will be scaling the numbers to 0 to 100, and they offer a scaled number. So if 0 means there is no not in for this term, but if there is a data, generally we some scaling number, but 50 means it's a half popular at that time. So some just check. Okay. So this is just you download it from 2004 to 2024. So here it is in the sampling data. So on 2021 it got highest popularity 2000. So if you see, I don't see any greater than 100 here. So I have downloaded this data from like a Google Trends as I showed. Now, if you see here Tesla worldwide web search and Bitcoin worldwide, that we can actually change what are we require, for example. Now, if I just instead of all categories, if you want only news search, so it's like Bitcoin into 2024 in Jan 7th, and then now it's the trend. Interest per region, sub-region, city. So because we are actually located in India, so it is giving a India. So but if I change to World Wide Web, it will give some different numbers. So it is 6 as of now. But in Switzerland, it is showing. Switzerland. This is another good way to identify what countries. So here we are going back here. So here how to search and how to, if you want only in United States, what is the employment benefits, what is the web search and so depending on different categories we can download the data and we can now next is like we are going to next challenge. So now we will be resampling data. Before that we will be cleaning the data. So first we have to have 4 data frames. So this checking if any data frame is having missing values. So we already did that the same thing. So is NA dot values dot NA. If NA is there, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So we are using F and if you carefully observe, this is the string notation. So whatever inside the flower brackets, braces, flower brace, curly braces, that will be everything is fine. But for only BTC price, we are having data. Now, how many values? Because E is NA and we are just counting the values, so it is like calculating how many values it will encounter, so it will automatically uh, calculate. So it's sum up to the value. So and we are just uh, so using slicing, like if you see this is the data frame, and this is the column name and is N. So we are placing where data frame is having a closed column where there is a nan value, like null value, you can say, not a number. So now how we will be doing that? We can just drop NA and we are using in plus equal to 2, it got censored. Now if I just run this, because we have dropped, there is no nan values. No, if I can run this, so it again giving false values. coming to final part. So we will be converting our strings, for example, all the datetime objects, because if you see, we have identified four data frames. In that, one is like date, and remaining everything is month. But whenever we just check the type of that month, first first value, it will be a string. Similarly, so that it is not very useful. So, but if you want to use sampling on the data what we are doing, so we have to convert it to date time. So because we already know this, we already did this exercise before. Now if I just, we are taking taxler dot month, so we are using dot notation only. So you can directly use square bracket notation also, that also works fine. So just whatever you like, but this is dot notation is a chaining mechanism. So yeah. So now if I just check this, so month got head. Now before that, if I just run, it is date time. Now if I just run again, so now it is date time object. It's inverted. So now exactly now here when the sampling comes. So now what we will be doing, this is not useful. So because we need to convert into date time object, we converted it date time series. So Bitcoin price is daily data, but our Bitcoin searches popularity is monthly data. So but we want to resample it. So we want to convert our daily data into monthly data. We are going to resample it. The only thing we need to search is which column to use. That is our date column and what kind of sample frequency we want. That is the row. So we want it to convert to monthly frequency instead of a daily frequency. So here we have yearly also a T for minute actually. So if you want to check here access closed label, so rule time delta like host to which we need to convert, on which like access like by default I think it will be no default, okay. Default to 0 actually. So on rows it will apply convention. Then let's go back to our thing. So here what we will be doing is we need to, so after resembling figure out how data should be done because we want the last available price of the month. Yeah. So what we will be taking, we are creating another data frame using price or BTC price, Bitcoin price data frame, resample, and we are giving a role is like monthly, on which column date, and we are mentioning it should be, it should return last price. So it's like monthly price, it should return. So now if I just go back, so now I just we are creating the same link, heading. So now if I just see here, now our shape like our rules got reduced to 73 months. Before it is like 2204. Yeah, and it is because we want to return a month end data. It is returning month end data. So, for example, if I just want to see what exactly then data, it's like 6.114, so 9 hours. But if I don't give last, mhm. Okay. So if we don't give to last, it is just returning a resampler data index resampler. So just try taking this. Okay, so now it is just taking this resampler. So depending on how we call, okay, so so either we want a sum or what we want mean or what if we want uh, fill, for example. Okay, let me just, for example, if I want a mean, so I want just average. That much. Fine. Yeah. Now what it written, the date it is writing month end only, but as of now it is actually calculating uh, the average of all the values. So for example, if I just take this data, just for this, no, I will yeah, like 407. No, I'm not too 24275 rounding off to 247. 24275, right? Yeah, depending on what we pass in the sampler. So now if I just want to last. Yeah, now we have 73 rows. It's like uh, this rich data. So now we have all the data. Now we have all the resample data also. So we have seen how to convert time series data from daily to monthly, or you can convert it to yearly also, depending on what are we provided. For example, just if I change to Y, and if I just this, or how it, so it is taking the last month, December 31st. If you see here, so depending on our requirement and how to identify, how to plot the trend, so we need to resample the data if we. Yeah. So tomorrow we will see the visualization. For example, here locators, what exactly. So all this we will be seeing. That's it for today. Thank you.